The Korean actor, long celebrated for his major roles and Hallyu star image, is now facing one of the most challenging periods in his career. The recent failure of Song Joong Ki's latest project cannot be understood as stemming from a single factor, but rather as the result of a series of interrelated circumstances. Song Joong Ki's career background boasts a strong track record, from hit dramas like Descendants of the Sun and Vincenzo to several major films and projects. He has long enjoyed a massive fan base and a solid public image. However, in recent years, some of his projects haven't lived up to expectations. For instance, his film Bogota City of the Lost fell far short of box office targets and drew criticism for its narrative and disappointing performance. His most recent drama, My Youth, which premiered on September 5, 2025, also struggled to capture audiences. According to Nielsen Korea, My Youth recorded a 2.9% rating for its first episode and 2.8% for the second. The third episode dropped to 2.2%, before slightly rising to 2.4% for the fourth. The declining ratings in the second week caught the attention of K-drama fans, especially since many had high expectations for Song Joong Ki's comeback project. Netizens began speculating about the future of his career, with some commenting that the chemistry between the leads felt weak and the storyline was too predictable. Media outlets and online communities offered several theories, one being that Song Joong Ki's current image as a husband and father of two makes it harder for some viewers to see him as a romantic lead. Others suggested that the soft romantic genre of My Youth might not align with current audience preferences, which lean more toward thrillers, action, or intense dramas. However, not everyone agrees. According to BNT News Korea, the failure of My Youth might have been triggered by Song Joong Ki's habit of mentioning his wife in multiple interviews, which allegedly annoyed some fans who eventually lost interest in his work. On the other hand, many defended him, arguing that low ratings had nothing to do with his marital status. "I don't think it's because he's a married man," one netizen wrote. "It's just that the drama isn't that interesting, so naturally, the ratings are low." Another added, "The ratings might go up as the story develops, but I agree that Song Joong Ki doesn't really fit the innocent type anymore." This phenomenon reflects a shift in K-drama audiences' tastes. Viewers today seem more drawn to intense, suspenseful genres like thrillers or crime dramas, rather than slow-paced romantic stories. Comparisons are inevitable when recalling the success of his past dramas Vincenzo and Reborn Rich, which achieved high ratings of 14.6% and 26.9%, respectively. This has led to the question, has Song Joong Ki lost his charm in romantic roles, or has he simply not found the right project yet? At the My Youth, Song Joong Ki shared his thoughts on the story, saying that the drama's reunion theme deeply resonated with him. "I think the audience will feel the warmth, joy, and comfort that the two main characters experience when they reunite after a long time. That's the greatest strength of our drama," he said confidently. Although he's now happily a father, Song Joong Ki has faced backlash before, notably in 2023. During an interview about his new role, he made comments that some found insensitive toward women who go through childbirth. In a Chinese media interview, he remarked that becoming a husband and father could cost an actor opportunities. "Sometimes, being a father, being a husband, means losing jobs in this business. Being a father, having a baby, and marrying a woman sometimes. In this industry, it feels like you lose work," Song Joong Ki said in English during the 2023 interview. After facing heavy criticism, the full interview was later released to clear up misunderstandings. In the complete video, Song Joong Ki clarified that not all actors lose roles because of family life, but that personal circumstances can have different effects. "It depends case by case, okay? But I'm not afraid of it. I don't care," he said confidently. Ironically, his words now seem somewhat prophetic. With 2 marriages and 2 children, his career appears to have hit a slump, as seen in the underwhelming performance of My Youth. Not only that, his film Bogota City of the Lost, released last year, also failed to impress. Initially expected to mark Song Joong Ki's big screen comeback, the film instead drew negative responses from both critics and viewers. According to KBI Zoom, many found the plot confusing, the pacing slow, and the tension lacking. His character was said to lack emotional depth, and his acting came across as stiff and detached, making it hard for audiences to connect with the story. These back-to-back disappointments have led some to believe that Song Joong Ki's career may be at a crossroads. Once known for his strong screen presence and solid acting skills, he now seems to be searching for new direction. Despite all the criticism, Song Joong Ki continues to display professionalism and humility. In one interview, he even broke down in tears when discussing Bogota's poor performance. He admitted that the Korean film industry is facing tough times and said he was simply grateful that the film was released at all. "Honestly, I'm just thankful our movie made it to theaters. I worked really hard to promote it because I wanted people to know about it," he said with a trembling voice. "As actors, our job is to keep creating works that can entertain and inspire audiences, even when times are tough," he added. With all that in mind, a big question now lingers among fans and critics alike. Is Song Joong Ki's career truly in decline, or has he just not found the right project yet? Many still believe that an actor of his caliber has huge potential to bounce back, especially if he returns to genres that highlight his strengths, such as action, mystery, or psychological drama. Others, however, suggest it might be time for him to take on more mature and challenging roles that reflect his growth as an actor and as a person. MSO. What do you think? Is Song Joong Ki's career really fading, or are his recent projects simply out of sync with current audience tastes? Share your thoughts in the comments. Do you still hope to see Song Joong Ki make a strong comeback with his next big project?